The start, where do we start? Where do we start? So many things going round my head, but a couple of minutes out, and also that second half where we're just sat waiting for the final whistle with no hope has left me with one firm conviction about this, and that is this. Jose Mourinho is the right man for Manchester United. Unfortunately, it is time, as I said in the summer, if things go wrong, it is time to look at the players. Whether it's poor performance, not good enough, or anything else, it is time to blame the players, and that is a sad indication. But when you wear a Manchester United shirt and you cannot put in 100% effort, then it's time to sod off. And I'm gonna list off a number of players now and blow apart this myth, which I never ever wanted to do. And hopefully there are a few Manchester United fans on the same page as this. But it has to be said. It has to be said. When you watch a performance like that against Chelsea today, yes, you can blame tactics. Yes, you can say, why does Fellaini get picked? But the reality is that performance it's almost irrelevant who the manager is. It's almost irrelevant what the tactics were, because the tactics weren't implemented. They weren't implemented because there were so many poor, unconcentrated performance from Manchester United players today. De Gea, where was he on the first goal? Although that was Smalling's fault 100%. Blind, not good. Smalling, abysmal. Bailly, not good. Valencia, not a right back and woefully exposed against the better sides, which is what we were saying when we were beating the likes of Hull. That Valencia might be playing well now, but he will get exposed against the better sides, and he was exposed today. Fellaini, God knows why he was picked. Herrera, not a fantastic performance, lots of effort. Pogba, on that performance, yeah, a flop. Zlatan, crap. I love Zlatan, not good enough. Lingard, waste of time, squad player. And Rashford, probably too much too soon, probably needs a break. There is nobody in that performance you can come out and said played better than a 6 out of 10. And you have to be honest about that. But I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, you got to blame the manager, Some of these players have been here a year, 2 years, 3 years, and consistently aren't good enough. I'm fed up of listening to where's Schneidlin, where's Memphis. Have you just appeared as a Manchester United fan in the last couple of weeks? Schneidlin and Memphis have been at the club for a year. They were abysmal last season, and if they aren't even good enough to get on the bench for Manchester United, have you not twigged that Jose Mourinho, one of the best managers in world football, is watching them game in, game out, week in, week out, training session in, out? They are not good enough to get on Manchester United's bench. Potentially, Schneiderlin of Southampton, Memphis of PSV, yes, of course they'd be an asset to a Manchester United team, but they are not good enough to get on our bench even, because clearly they aren't good enough in training and they are not doing it. You can't just say, oh, Memphis should be involved. They're not doing it. They're not producing the goods. Stop having a pop at the manager and stop having a pop at the players who aren't producing for some reason or not producing it. Rooney didn't play today, not being good enough for 3 years as our highest earner. Smalling regressed, had a good season, he's regressed, not good enough. Valencia, been there for years, always hit a ceiling, not good enough. Lingard, he's 23 years of age, at best he's a squad player, not good enough. Ashley Young, not good enough. Fellaini, rubbish, not good enough. Rojo, not good enough. This is the problem with Manchester United, and I think this is the problem with people. I mean, I really hope there aren't people out there saying Jose out, because it's farcical to say that after 2 months. I think what you need to do is say that Jose has got an absolute mountain to climb. Where have we been for 3 years? Nowhere. We fumbled our way like a virgin in a cupboard with a porn star to the FA Cup last year. We weren't good enough. Palace nearly won it. We weren't good enough. That's all we've done in 3 years. The football's been bad, the players have been bad, and I did say, Moyes was the wrong manager, absolute joke. Van Gaal, too negative. But if it started to go wrong this year, it was going to be about the players. What was Jose supposed to do in the summer? Come in and sell a whole squad and buy a whole new squad? When in the history of football has that ever happened? It can't happen. So it has to be a long process, unfortunately, because there is so much to get rid of. I mean, we're having to play Rojo today. We're having to bring Rojo on when Bailly gets injured, because that's the options we've got. That's the options we've got. We spent a lot of money in the summer. We need to spend a hell of a lot more. We need to try and get some of the youth players through quicker, because our squad is riddled, infested with crap players who aren't good enough. As I said on the live stream, I don't even know if players who put the effort in and actually we like the likes of Herrera, like the likes of Mata, like the likes of Blind, I don't actually know if they're good enough for Manchester United, because at the moment they are good enough for Manchester United because they're putting the effort in and they're doing consistently okay. But actually, we don't know what a title side looks like because we haven't seen one at United for 3 or 4 years. So this is the job. You know, if Herrera and Mata aren't actually good enough, God help, what chance have we got when they're the best we've got? We have got such a job to climb. Have no illusions. Chelsea absolutely battered us today. But have no illusions. Chelsea are not a very good side anyway. I've seen them a couple of times this season. They're not good, which makes it even more embarrassing for us. You have to hold it off as well with the fact that Chelsea will not play like that again. They're a bunch of mercenaries. Hazard, Costa, Matic. They never play like that anymore. And they played like that today because they hate Jose. In fact, I was holding... Let's have a look what Jose's got.
A few seconds we are losing 1-0. And then you are close to the 1-1 and another defensive mistake.
Defensive mistakes. I mean, it doesn't matter. It almost is irrelevant what he has to say because tactically... It didn't matter. Nobody implemented what we needed to do. He made a glaring error picking Fellaini, but actually he picked Fellaini against Liverpool and we got a decent point. That point means nothing now. That point at Liverpool that we fought for means very little if you don't go and get something from Chelsea. 1 point from those 2 games, 2 points from the last 9, not good enough. But the job is huge. And he can't turn things around. I think he was very naive in August to say, I'm going to make you love Fellaini. It's almost... belittling United fans. We don't. It's not that we don't want to love Fellaini. It's just that we've seen that he's crap for 3 years, very crap, and you're not going to turn him into anything better than that. So it was criminal of him to pick him today, but that's not the reason we lost the game. We got a draw at Liverpool with Fellaini. What I didn't like about it is it just immediately meant we were going to be negative instead of being positive. When we've been positive, we've played our best football. Leicester, Stoke, Fenerbahce. We played negative. They got a goal within no time, and then your plan's out the window. Then you've got to try and change a whole plan, and it's out the window after a minute. So that's where that went wrong. But it firmly for me is 100% with the players. And I'm looking at the amount of dislikes on the comment on the video, and do you think I give a shit about dislikes? I really do not. What concerns me about the dislikes is that means that so many of you want to blame Fellaini. I'm going to look at some of the comments because I'm baffled, and I tell you what, I don't ever want our club to be like Arsenal, but Sanjoy, Jose must be sacked for today's embarrassment. I think that's embarrassment. We pathetic and not up to the level, says Varane. There is always hysteria when Manchester United lose, says Simply Balling. Bring back Bastion, says Jeremy James. Chelsea's actually a very good side this season. Yeah, that's why you got stuffed by Arsenal and Liverpool. Nothing's been won yet. Also called top teams have had a mare, says Lee 2E. I'm sure I agree. I'm not sure I agree, Mark, says Will D. There are good players in the squad, but the best players aren't being played. On what justification are you having that, Will D? I mean, Mkhitaryan we're going to talk about at 8:30, and there is a secondary story as to why he's not playing. But if you're talking about Memphis, if you're talking about Schneiderlin, they're not playing because they're not good enough. On paper they might be good enough, but they're not doing it. They've not been doing it for over a year. So what players are you saying that aren't playing? The only one you can be talking about is Mkhitaryan. That's the scary thing about our squad. The players that you think that we've got to come into our team are not good enough. They're not good enough. They can't even get on the bench. He's having to use the likes of Lingard, who isn't a United player. He's having to use Valencia at right back. He's having to put Young on the bench. This is the problem with Manchester United at the moment. It's the players. It's 100% the players. I think they're talking about the David Luiz tackle on Fellaini. Do you think I really give a shit about a red card being given at 2-0 when we're dominated? That's silly. You're clutching at straws for excuses there. Join me live at 8:30 where we'll do more about this. I need to get off and have a little bit of a rest, but my blame is 100% with the players. I'm not buying into this Jose out crap after 2 months, and if United fans are going down that route, then I'm really disappointed. And I know it's all about opinion, but you cannot want a manager to go after 2 months, and 2 months ago not one of you wanted him to go, so it's very, very flippant to say it after 2 months. This is firmly with the players, and if you don't understand how bad Manchester United are because of Moyes and Van Gaal and the players and where we are at the moment, if you thought we were going to win the title, I think you're underestimating what needs to be done at the club. Thanks everybody for watching. Hit the dislike button if you want. Do you think I care? If you're hitting dislike, then you're hitting dislike for Jose out, and I'll be interested to see how many people want to flippantly do that now. 8:30, lots to talk about. We will be talking about Mkhitaryan and this growing rumour that he'll be leaving Manchester United very soon, which is very sad, and also picking up on this game.